What's going on, YouTubers? Alright, I got a question to ask everybody. Did I read somewhere about Congress just approved that inmates in prison that are on Social Security now are going to be getting a raise, basically? I mean, what the hell? Is our damn government is so screwed up. It's just pathetic. They're pathetic. All the way through Congress, senators, they're whacked in the head. I'm gonna tell you a little thing that happened to me and my wife. My wife's been in nursing for about 11 years now, and when she first got a job being a nurse, what happened was we only both had gotten laid off before she got a job on our other jobs, and she had gotten real sick. We had depleted our savings and everything. We didn't have about $100 in the bank. Anyway, she had gotten real sick. I took her to the doctors and walked in there, and I told them, I said, my wife's sick, and I said, she's running a high fever. I said, I'd like for her to be seen if I could. And they told me, well, it's $150 for office visit. I said, well, I got $100, and I had to complain to them about what happened to us. They didn't care. They said, we'll take her to the emergency room. So she can't come in here. If you don't got $150 to give us, then I said, it's just a $50. You know, they said, doesn't matter. How you gonna pay for your medicine? Take her to the emergency room. So I came out and told my wife, I said, well, we gotta go to the emergency room. I said, because they're not gonna take you. My wife started crying and everything. She was devastated because all they could think about was money. She told me then she wanted to be a nurse to help people. And so I said, that's what you want to do. So she went to school, college, one of the hardest colleges in the United States for nursing to get her BSN. She got her BSN. In fact, when she was even in the process of doing her BSN, they had went overseas to on a mission trip. The college did, and a few students, and she had caught malaria from mosquito bites. But when she came back, she went to school to take a test. She was running such a high fever, she couldn't even make out what the computer was saying when she brought the test up. And I told her, I said, you know, why don't you just come home and don't worry about it. She said, I have to take that test. I have to take the test. I said, well, you're running a very high fever. Well, yeah, make a long story short, she wound up the next day basically collapsing when she got out of bed. And I was just getting ready to go to work. And so I told her, I said, oh, hell no. So I took her to the emergency room. That's how we found out she had malaria. And then, anyhow, she wound up being a nurse. And then when Joe Biden got in office, and this is about the same time COVID had hit. Actually, COVID had hit way before it hit the news media, because I had caught it before anybody even knew what it was. I had caught it. And the reason why I know that is because I started running a high fever, and all I wanted to do is sleep. That's all I wanted to do is just sleep. And I told my wife, I said, I've got something. I don't know what it is, but it mimics the flu. I said, but all I want to do is just sleep. Well, she goes, let's go see the doctor. So we went to the doctor and seen the doctor. And the doctor, she basically told us, she ran tests, blood tests and everything, and came back and said, you don't have the flu. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it mimics the flu. She said, but we're going to treat it like the flu anyway. I said, okay. So she put me on antibiotics, and then she told me to just stay hydrated. Well, I wound up sleeping a whole lot. Basically, I slept it off. And after that, it was about a month or two later when it hit the media about this virus that came from China. Well, then Biden gets up there after he stole the election. I'm sorry, he stole the damn election. After he stole the election and was president, he wound up saying, well, you know, I'm going to make it mandatory that people take the shot, the COVID shot. And they had, you know, I think 2 or 3 different companies. One was Advisor, and so she says, if you're a nurse, you're going to have to take it, or we're not going to fund the hospital. We're not going to give funding to the hospitals anymore if they don't make the nurses take the COVID shot. So she got a letter saying that she had to take the COVID shot or she could no longer work at the hospital. Well, we depended on her job to pay the majority of the bills because she made a lot more money than I made. So then she came home. She was crying and everything and told me about what they told her. And she said, I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it. And I said, well, baby, I said, why don't you just, if you'll take it, I'll take it with you. I said, because I know the importance of it. If you don't want to take it, don't do it. But if you're going to take it, I'll go with you and take it myself. I don't want to take it neither, but I will. If you jump, I jump. Basically, what I told her. And she agreed she would take it. So we went and took the shot. Well, shortly after that, we was walking around in Target, and I had gotten so dizzy I couldn't even stand up hardly. I thought I was going to pass out. So something was going on in my body right then. And then she developed AFib. Her heart started going to AFib all the time. And she had to be cardio converted, I guess what they call it, where they basically put the paddles to you and shock it back in rhythm. And she had to have that done several times. She still goes in AFib all the time. And this is years later. She still goes in AFib all the time. So every time they do that, that cardio to get it back in rhythm, your heart gets weaker. And so we just scared, me and her both, about it because I don't want anything to happen to her. I mean, she's my whole life. And I don't want anything to happen to her. I love her. And anyway, so I got on the internet and I thought, you know what, advisors should have to, there's no telling how many people have actually lost their lives because of spike protein, which that's what the shot does. It creates spike protein in your blood cells. And that in turn can cause like AFib and stuff like that. And that in turn can cause you to have blood clots and kill you. So I got on the internet and was looking around, seeing if Advisor could be sued basically for putting out a faulty product or hurting basically people in the United States or even the world really. And they have these medication companies have complete immunity. They cannot be sued for anything that they put out. And I think that is so wrong. And I blame our Congress for that, because our Congress are the ones that creates laws. And I know the president can also sign things like that, executive orders and stuff like that where they can have immunity. But Congress can create a law and make it where they are held responsible for these things. Because I can promise you, there's been a lot of deaths in the United States because of that shot. I can promise you that there's been, during that time when people were taking the COVID shot, they were falling out with heart attacks and stuff like that. I myself suffer an irregular heartbeat all the time, more than I've ever had. If I do like lots of walking or try to do lots of exercise, my heart will go into a weird rhythm, and you don't really go into AFib, but it beats really, really hard out of my chest. It feels like I'm getting ready to have a heart attack. But anyway, if you've suffered from this too as well, leave a comment, because I'm just curious to know. And I think that if anybody can push this to Congress and get them to pass a law where these companies can be sued for putting out a faulty product that has basically killed people and basically or has altered their lives in some way, they should be held responsible for it. I mean, why not? It's not right that if you put them out with their complete immunity, then yeah, they gonna do whatever they want. They don't care. Let's put that product out. I don't care if it kills a bunch of people. Let's just put it out or harms people. Look, I'm not trying to get money out of these people. I'm just trying to see to it they don't keep putting out a product anytime they feel like it's something good they need to do and it kills a bunch of people or harms people. The next thing you know, they don't care because they're making money hands over fist from the American people, or basically from the blood of the death of others. They're making money. So anyhow, just push this video forward if you would. Subscribe to it if you would. I appreciate you. God bless you.